Go.
Beautiful. Hi guys, it is Sophia from Equine Essentials, and I've got Maria Duthie here with us today. She came to do her book signing for her book she wrote, Chocolate Cake is the Best Medicine. And so we've got her here, and I wanted to do a little mini book interview with her, and I was hoping that we could live stream it so everyone else can enjoy it too, from at home or when you're off work, and you can enjoy it with us and hear about her book. All right, so when and how did you start writing your book?
Well, I started writing my book the night that I had my accident. I was in the hospital bed, and the doctor had come in and said I was going to have surgery the next morning. I think it was 5 a.m. that they were going to do the surgery, and this is always a little hard to talk about. But I wanted my husband to know how I felt about him, and I wanted him to know what to do with the animals, because, you know, husbands don't have any idea what to do with the animals. So I just dictated with my phone, because I couldn't move anything. So I dictated to my phone, you know, where to send the dogs and the horses, and just what to do if something happened. So.
Oh my goodness, that
was the beginning.
Make me start crying. Oh my gosh. So looking through your book, and about the first half, you actually talk about your life and actually leading up to the accident before you talk about your accident you had. So at what point did you recognize the link between your other life experiences and how it tied in with surviving the accident you had?
That probably, like, that day that I was, like, underneath the horse, and I remember, like, thinking, you know, what things that my mom had told me, you know, don't move. I obviously knew at that point that had helped me, but it wasn't until I was kind of in the middle and end of the recovery process that I was like, you know, I wouldn't have gotten this far if I haven't had other things to get through, you know, other goals that I had to meet. And since I have an eye disease, my ability to move and walk and run and ride is even more important and precious to me, since I am limited because I have my vision. So.
Right, and I'm sure you had a long recovery period where you had time to reflect on all of that.
Yeah, and that was the other great thing about writing the book. The book is a lot of notes and journal entries and Facebook entries, which we then transcribed into the book. When I did those entries, it really just gave me some like hope. Like, it gave me something to do, because I felt really like I didn't have anything to offer, and like, what was the point? You know, I could hardly walk. I couldn't feel anything with my hands, and I'm a massage therapist, so that was really awful. Yeah. So with writing the book, for some reason, I just thought I don't want to forget about any piece of it, and it wasn't that I wanted to remember how awful I wanted to remember it as a good thing. Like, yes, it was horrible. I started from here, but look how far I've come. Look how each day I've got better.
That's amazing.
And in editing the book, I had forgotten, like, a lot of the little pieces, so it's good that I wrote all that
You've
down.
got like a whole log now. That's so cool. And so in your accident, what was the biggest moment that actually stayed with you from that?
There were, I thought I would have like one major moment, but there's probably, I would say, probably three. The first one was when I was waiting. My neighbor had showed up, and I had called 911 through Siri on my phone, and my neighbor got there, and again, I just remembered, don't move, whatever you do, don't move. And I remember thinking, why is she not helping me? Like, why? Like, she didn't brush my face off, because I was covered in sand. I was in a sand arena. She didn't do any of that, and I don't even remember what your question was, but that was like a big moment for me,
right?
Because I realized, like, how bad it was, and then when I started not being able to breathe, I was like, oh, this is pretty bad. Right. This is pretty significant.
Right.
And at that moment, when I decided that I was gonna keep breathing, I wasn't gonna. I wanted to tell her and the 911 lady, you know, tell Ken I love him, all that stuff, and I wouldn't let myself do it. And I think at that point, I had decided that I was going to survive when I decided, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to keep going. So, and then throughout the recovery, I think one of the other amazing moments is how much people supported me. You know, it was amazing. Like, I would get like incredible support, whether it was people in the neighborhood with food or people sending me Uber Eats cards, or, you know, some people just sent money. I couldn't work. And just sometimes just getting a text in the day, like, you know, a joke or how are you or whatever, really made a big difference. And just realizing how many people I had on my side was huge and really uplifting. So I always say I'm not really much of a people person, but at that point when you realize that people are not bad, they're actually good, like, you really appreciate it.
Yeah,
so I felt very lucky.
Yeah, you're a little bit of a people person.
Yeah, I guess
so. So with your book, what do you hope that everyone else will get from reading it?
Well, it's kind of interesting because I thought, I'm just going to talk about the accident and what to do. Like, you should always have your phone with you when you're riding, because you never know, like, what could happen. But then from there, it has really turned into a book kind of about resilience, and no matter what you're confronted with, like, you can overcome it, like, and you're fine, and you're not alone, even though you think you are, you're not. And even if something doesn't happen to you, you can support another person, you know, to help that person through whatever bad situation it is. So.
That's amazing. I think it's a really nice message to hear, whether you're someone who is recovering from something like that, or just learning what you can do to support people, not only from horse-specific accidents, but anything in life that they're overcoming. I think that's awesome. I like it. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. And thank you for watching our live stream. We really appreciate it.